Hello, this is Paul Cheney with Spartan Design University. We are back, and this time we're going to use Photoshop and we're going to add a nice glow around the top portion of our website and eventually put a spaceship up here in the corner, as we've got here with a nice little sun. Let's jump to Photoshop and take a look at the source file that was used to create this. Let me first of all hide a bunch of stuff. Okay, we're going to start at the beginning. First of all, we have our background of stars. Great. Then we put a picture of a sun in. Notice I've got a layer mask. I'm going to disable that layer mask. So there's my full sun that I brought in. That sun has a layer mask. See, it's black all around here. So I grabbed that with the magic wand. I selected it. I created a layer mask. And then I blurred the layer mask so that it would have a nice soft transition between here and the background. And then I went in and I added a new layer called Glow Behind. And I just grabbed my brush. I selected that pretty blue color. I got a huge brush with a very soft edge. I just came in here with a blue color. There we go. And I just painted all over in here like this, except I painted out there. Now when I did it, I actually showed this so I knew where to paint. So I could paint out here and up here and around here, so it just kind of showed out. Now notice this blue line right here. That's created with my Site Select tool, or Slice tool. It comes all the way down here. So the height of that thing is 585. So my glow stays in the top 585. Now when I built this file, my maximum page size from Dreamweaver is 1140. So if I go back here, this page will never expand beyond 1140 pixels. So I went into Photoshop when I created the document. You can see this is 1340. So 1140 from 1340 is 200. So I have 100 pixels here to play with, 100 pixels here to play with, and then I've got 125 pixels here to play with. So I drew in these guides and positioned them using View, New Guide, vertical and horizontal. I gave it the actual value that I wanted. And I drew those in so I would know exactly where to place this content area over my larger background. So now that we've got the glow in here, we've got the sun in here, let's go back to the layers palette. Turn off this. This background already exists in the web page, so we don't need it. All we need is this glowy part with the blue and the sun. Now, if I were to save for web right now, and I were to select this top section, PNG 24, it tells me that 756K. 756. Now, most of this middle part isn't even going to show. So let's try doing something else. Let's add this layer mask back so that this part that's below or hidden behind the content is 100% transparent. And if you look in these corners, the layer mask that I created, notice how it comes in about 2 or 3 pixels from the edge. That's just a margin of error that I gave myself in case some browsers are 1 or 2 pixels off. I also drew in the layer mask. Remember, I have a 10 pixel rounded corner in here. So if I leave this mask square, there's going to be kind of a white spot in each corner where the web page rounds off, and this doesn't have a blue glow behind it. So I drew that back in. So that's what's going on there. So now let's do File, Save for Web. Now we've got 695 from 756. We've gone down about 60 Okay, which is not huge, but it is a savings. Okay, so it is saving me out. So let's save that. And I'm going to call it glow.png and put it on my desktop. Images. There it is. I can see the blue with my little corners drawn in. I'm going to take glow over to here. There it is. Go back to Dreamweaver. And now we're ready to go to our desktop, and only in the desktop do we load this glow, and it goes into the wrapper. I can spell right. So background image, browse, glow, semicolon. We got my browser. Here's mine. There it is. Oops. It's not lined up at all. And it's repeating all over the place. So, we got some more CSS to do. But at least it's loading. Okay. Now, I could come in here and say, here's my background image. Here's my background position. Here's my background repeat. And I can keep adding additional statements for each one of these background properties that I need. Or I can use shorthand. So by losing the word image and just doing background, I can chain these things together. So here's my URL, and now I want no repeat, and I want it to be centered left to right, and I want it to be lined up at the top of the page. You gotta love that Dreamweaver autocomplete. Save it. Now hit refresh. It's centered, it's at the top, it doesn't repeat, and I see blue behind my corners, and that's just as lovely. Well, it's actually lovelier than mine. Something happened to mine. So, there it is.